Hello, callers. Welcome back to Viva Barca and welcome to another interesting episode where we are going to be discussing on the latest updates. We are going to begin with Ansu Fati as the player's father hit out at Barcelona in an explosive interview by saying that he deserves much more. We are going to be discussing more on that as we move ahead. Secondly, talking about this huge developing story about Ikai Gundogan, as it has been reported by Gerard Romero that Barcelona have reached an agreement with the Manchester City captain. Just one key detail missing. We are also going to be discussing more on that. So guys, as we get right into the full stories, please do ensure to subscribe to the channel if you haven't. Turn on the post bell notification to always stay notified whenever I post a new video. Consider liking the video and please watch right up till the very end. In an explosive interview, Ansu Fati's father, Fati, has lashed out at FC Barcelona for the lack of game time that the 20-year-old has received this season and has sensationally claimed that he wants the young star to leave in the summer if the situation does not improve. Ansu Fati has found minutes hard to come by this season, despite having put his injury woes behind him. You know, even though he has featured in most matches played by the Catalans this term, the forward has largely come off the bench, with starts not coming so frequently. Even on the occasions that he has started, Ansu Fati has looked rusty, which is bound to happen given the lack of continuity. Ansu's father held a meeting with Barcelona directors Matteo Alemany and Yuri Cruyff earlier this week to discuss the situation. Following that, he has taken his grievances public. During an interview with COPE, he said, Ansu does not want to leave Barcelona, but I want to see him succeed. I won't go to the stadium anymore. I'm very angry with the club. In a month, we will meet with judgment, that's for sure. It bothers me that Ansu plays so little. We are talking about a player that is a Spanish international and came from La Masia. He deserves much more than that. Those are the angry words from the father. So not stopping there, Fati went to question manager Xavi Hernandez's decision to use the young forward so infrequently, as he said. I don't know why Xavi does not play Ansu. He must have his reasons. Ansu is not disgusted with him, as Xavi was always his idol. But me, I am very angry as a father. He then went on to reveal that he has advised Ansu to leave the club in the summer, but the 20-year-old does not see things the same way and wants to remain at the club. He said, Matteo Alemany tells me that Ansu is part of the club's heritage. As a father, I have told Ansu that it is better for him to leave. But Ansu has told me that he does not agree with me on this. He wants to stay, Fati said. He continued to say, if it was up to me, I would leave Barcelona tomorrow. I told Ansu that if the situation didn't change, we would have to leave. But he tells me that I am wrong, he said. When asked if Ansu Fati was aware of what he was saying during the interview, Fati said, no, he's sleeping and he can't hear me because the house is very big. Taking aim at Luis Enrique for Fati's lack of game time during the FIFA World Cup 2022, he said, for what happened at the World Cup, I would have prepared Ansu not to have gone. At the World Cup, you are beating Costa Rica by 7 goals, and Luis Enrique does not even send the kid to warm up. Fati further went on to express his dismay at his son's situation, claiming that the Barcelona number 10 deserves better treatment, while also comparing his situation with Real Madrid superstar Vinicius Jr. 2 years ago. He said, I really don't understand how Ansu Fati has few minutes. We are talking about Barca's number 10, he said. Do you remember how people used to kill Vinicius 2 years ago? The same thing can happen with Ansu. All I'm asking is for people to protect him. He is Barca number 10 and comes from La Masia. There was also a subtle hint that he would not oppose Ansu joining Real Madrid in the future, although the player himself does not seem to like the merengues, he said. I won't criticize Real Madrid because you never know about the circles that life gives you. I don't think my son likes them though. He then went on to question how the La Masia A's used to start in a team with superstars such as Luis Suarez, Antoine Griezmann, and Messi in the past, but had been frozen out now. He said, before the injury, Ansu was starting matches in a squad with Griezmann, Dembele, Suarez. How come he doesn't play now? Physically, he's in the top shape. I have spoken to Xavi a few times and I can tell that he's a good guy. He's helped Ansu a lot tactically, but I don't know why Ansu is not playing. Ansu could never disagree with him, as Xavi has always been his idol. We had posters of him at our house. Fati further went on to accuse Barca of mistreating his son and rushing him back from injury when the club needed him, but now he is fully fit. They never used him as he said. He said, when Barca were much more worse than they are now, they forced Ansu to come back from injury to play. They used to want Ansu to make the people happy again. Now that he's 100% fit and ready, nobody wants Ansu. Did he forget to play football or what? Ansu is a Barca franchise player. He deserves more minutes, he said. Needless to say, the interview is bound to ruffle some feathers. At the club, it had been reported that Fati and Josh Mendes were pushing the young star to leave in the summer, and it had become clearer where he stands. Ansu, for his part, wishes to stay and fight for his place, as per his father's statements. So only time will tell how this saga progresses, especially with clubs in the Premier League lying in waiting to sign up the La Masia prodigy. Then on to the final story of discussion. Barca have reached an agreement with Man City captain and midfielder Ilkay Gundogan to sign him as a free agent in the coming summer, according to Gerard Romero. Gundogan has been on Barcelona's radar for some time now, given his contract with the Premier League champions expires at the end of the season. Manager Xavi Hernandez was reported to have already spoken with the German over a possible transfer in the summer, while it was also claimed that the midfielder himself is tempted by the possibility of donning the Blaugrana colors. Now, Romero is stating that an agreement is already in place between Barca and Ilkay over a free transfer at the end of the season. This development comes after Gerard Romero reported that Barcelona had reached a total agreement with Inigo Martinez and his signing was as good as complete. He also mentioned that there was a special clause in the deal between the two parties which would allow Martinez to leave on loan if Barca are unable to register him. Given Barcelona's hands are tied with financial fair play, they are looking for free transfer options in the market. It compelled them to move for Martinez and Ilkay Gundogan. Although the registration cannot be guaranteed at this point, hence they are insisting on a clause that would allow the players to leave on loan if registration is incomplete. But Romero adds that Ilkay is yet to accept such a clause in his deal, wherein he can leave on loan if his registration is unsuccessful. That is the one key detail missing in the agreement as per the Spanish journalist. So guys, with that we have come to an end of this episode. Thanks a lot for watching. Until next time. Bye bye.